Greetings mates, welcome to another episode of Pirates 365. Today is my Q&A. I can't believe I have this many subscribers now. Y'all are so kind and gracious to me, so thank you so much for sticking around with me. So I asked everyone to ask me questions related to pirates, so I'm going to try to answer them to my best ability. So first question I got was from Alex Torres, and I already answered this question in the comments, not thinking that, oh, I'm going to do a video, duh. But Alex asked, if I had to pick one character from Pirates of the Caribbean, who would it be? And I said I would pick Jack, even though I war between Jack and Barbossa, as I've said many times before, so Jack would be my first choice for picking someone. Right, Jack? Whatever, mate. Alex Marsh asked, do you think that there will be a Pirates 6? And I probably answered this many times before, I've talked about it so much. But in that recent interview with co-director Joaquin Roning, he mentioned that he doesn't know if it's going to be the final film, or there's going to be 7 or 8 more films. I think in the interview, what it really boils down to, and with Disney, is how well it does at the box office and how well it's received. Like we've all mentioned, the final adventure begins really means this is the beginning of the final adventure that's down the road. And I don't want them to waste Henry and Karina because they're new characters and they can be utilized in new storylines. I really hope there's a Pirates 6. I can't say officially, but let's cross our fingers, mates. Andrew Watson asked, how do I think Dead Men Tell No Tales will stack up against the original trilogy visually? When we got the Super Bowl trailer, someone mentioned that the cinematography is very reminiscent of Dead Man's Chest, and I kind of agree with that. The cinematography in this looks really crisp, all the colors look polished, and although I think Curse of the Black Pearl still has the best cinematography out of all 4 released this far, the cinematography in Dead Men Tell No Tales looks great. It looks very crisp. I think it'll stack up great against the first 3. Andrew also asked if Gore Verbinski would have done on Stranger Tides, how different would it have been or how would he have done it? And I've often thought about this, and I want to do a video about my opinion of what Gore would have done versus what Rob did in On Stranger Tides. One of the biggest things that I think of when I watch it is when Jack and Angelica are in Blackbeard's cabin and they look at the ships in the bottle, and Jack the monkey screeches at Jack. I think instead of showing it from behind, I think Gore Verbinski would have done a forward shot of that. There's also different scenes and different shots I think Gore would have done differently. And the cinematography, even though they had the same cinematography as the first 3, I think it would have been a little bit brighter if Gore would have done it, because some scenes in On Stranger Tides are pretty dark, even in HD. Don't get me wrong, I love On Stranger Tides and Rob Marshall did a great job, but that's just my opinion. Alex Wolf, there's a lot of Alexes asking questions. As to the channel will shut down after the film comes out, and Alex mentions that it's the final film, which I mentioned earlier, maybe not. But if this is truly the final film, I still want to keep the channel going, but it might change. It's hard to say, or I might move on to different things. Pirates 5 and the new material that's coming out will still give me video ideas for months and months down the road, so the channel's not going to immediately shut down. I want to keep it going as long as I can. Kayla Colabella, if I had the chance to work for Barbossa, would I? I probably would. It depends on what point in the franchise I'd work for him. He seemed pretty harsh in Curse of the Black Pearl, and his crew was undead, and then post Outworld's End, his crew kind of gets tossed off the Black Pearl and gets captured by Blackbeard. So if I had to work for Barbossa post on Stranger Tides, I think I would do just fine. You know, it looks like he's been pirating ever since then, so yeah, I'd work for him. I think he would be a good captain to be under. And Dan the Cool Legend asked what got me interested in pirates and why I wanted to start a YouTube channel, and what my favorite ship is. So let's start backwards with the favorite ship. Favorite ship still is the Black Pearl. It's just Jack and Barbossa's ship. Pretty popular in the franchise, so it's still my favorite ship. And what got me interested in pirates? Well, really, back in the day, it's kind of a funny long story, but my mom used to ride Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland, the original attraction, when she was growing up as a teen. And so I'd always hear stories about pirates, and then when we went to Disneyland in 1985 for the first time for me, it was closed. But I remember being on the internet when I was a young kid, seeing articles about the film coming out, and I was reading so many stories about it, and I was excited about there being a film based on a Disneyland ride. And so I started to gain interest reading articles about Curse of the Black Pearl before it even came out. So when we all saw it together as a family, we all got hooked, but I especially got hooked. And hearing he's a pirate on the end credits really just gave me chills when we saw it. So yeah, you could say pirates in my blood, mates. Thanks to me, Mom. Thanks so much for watching this Q&A video. If I didn't get to your question, I'll try to answer it in the comments below as well. Thanks for asking so many great questions as well. I'll see you soon with a brand new video. Thanks for your support, and remember, dead men tell no tales. Ta, mates.